So there is Sasha Kaye as Supergirl, and it's a great shot of her. She's actually, obviously she's wearing like a harness underneath the suit. That's probably what's giving her the strange looking abs
and the awesome hips.
The awesome hips. There you go. But overall, guys, what did you guys think about the suit for Supergirl?
Yeah,
Ryan?
Oh yeah, no, I like it. I dig it. I'm down. I think the reds look really good together. And the blue looks really good too. I dig the suit.
The reds look great together. I don't know what the big deal was with that.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Actually, I love the S symbol. I love this incarnation of it so much that I put it on my Teespring store, or actually my TeePublic store. Sorry.
Really?
So grab that shit now if you want one before Warner Brothers is like, that shit out of here.
Hey, you better hurry up.
Yeah.
Look at was it Jamie just said, hell yeah, I made it home just in time. That's right.
Yes,
we got Bell in the chat. We got Alex Lobo as well.
What up, guys?
What's good?
We got Irregular Neil up in here. What's up, Irregular Neil? One like a regular here at the show. I was lame. I shouldn't have done that. We got Fear Jason in the house. We got Frank in the Snyderverse.
What's up, Frank?
We got Anthony Beltray.
Yo.
And we got Caleb here as well. What's going on, Caleb? So
going?
Overall, though, I mean, I like the suit. I think it looks really good. Allie, what did you think about Sasha Kaye's suit?
I liked it since the first logo since the first close-up logo that Annie Muschietti shared. I liked the two reds. I liked that there was a different. The S was darker and the top was a little bit brighter. Here, you can't even really tell that much that they're different. Like I like the suit. I'm happy when they first released the up-close shot. I was hoping it was going to be a bodysuit and not the skirt. So I'm glad
there should not have been a skirt. I'm glad there's no skirt. That would have been like, dude, what are we talking about here?
I liked. It's cool that it has a cape. I did like the sort of like skirt, but it was only in the back. Kind of like a tuxedo.
The Boss Logic one.
Yeah. I dug that because it was different than just a regular. But I'm cool with the cape as well.
But I'm also glad that it's a full length cape and not a short one, because sometimes Supergirl's cape is shorter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm glad that it's a full length cape. I think she looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the skirt, it's like a shorter cape.
It's not it's a kilt.
It's a kilt. It's a kilt.
I'm liking it. I know some people are comparing it to like it looks like a Spider-Man suit or something, but I just see Man of Steel. I'm kind of surprised that the boots are not red.
I'm surprised that the boots aren't red too.
There are some
but I like the red at the top. So
yeah. No, I think I got full into my thoughts. World's Finest last night. I was just like, yo, I am a veteran when it comes to this type of shit. When it comes to like, for the past 15 years, if you've been watching any of these movies, superhero movies, if you just go ridiculous because of that picture, get the fuck out of here. These are set photos. We are versed in the fact that set photos look far different than they do when they come out on the screen.
They do. They look
or whenever there's an official pic released by the director, like we saw earlier today. That looks good, looks great. A lot of that's going to change. That's why I can look at that with like I guess you could say a filter that says that shit looks good, gonna look better when it comes out. So I'm not gonna get online and act a fucking fool because her abs look funny. Chill, bruh. Like
she's being
hoisted
up. So it's like if someone picks you up by your pants, your midsection is gonna look funny. Like
happened to Andre a lot in high school. I have to tell you, a lot in high school. Yeah,
very much so. But I mean, Anthony would know. Anthony would have this type of experience with this.
He was the guy pulling the pants
because he had the suit. So, I mean, he's had the experience in being Superman.
He's like, how long you want me to stand here like this? I got a Snyder.
Oh, what's wrong one?
It's fire.
Wrong one.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That looks hella dope.
It looks hella dope. And Brooke Sherfield posted this saying, "I just got an unreleased photo of Justice League. Who knew Dwayne Johnson was going to be Superman?"
No. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me what you think. So where was this at? Was this at like a?
I see you haven't liked it. Hold on, I see you haven't liked that, Nickatina. Let's go ahead and like that on the. Oh, there we go.
You know what? Retweet that bitch.
That needs to be seen.
Does he look like a bitch?
No. No, but there's a costume shop. It's about 30 minutes away, and we went in there just looking around. And I saw it. Did not fit. What?
You wouldn't put it on? Like, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
He didn't even ask me. He didn't ask anybody behind the counter.
No, this picture is like it's a few years old, but yeah, it didn't fit at all. It looks like it might have fit a little bit, but it did not. It was too big, and it was like $500 to buy that.
Holy shit! Yeah. Really, 500? Wait, it was too big for you?
Mm-hmm.
You could tell.
I understand if it's too big for some of us. Yeah, they don't. There's like, okay, I don't know how to explain it, but like,
is it like an extra large?
I don't know. It just didn't. It didn't fit. When I put it on, it didn't fit. But like, I was able to get that picture. But yeah, that's
It's like for plus size men.
The wrist gauntlets, they're not even made onto the suit. You Velcro them on. Like, you see how they you see how they look funny right there?
Yeah,
they do.
It looks hella funny.
They look a little funny. They really do. But it looks like you could be related to her. Now, hold on a second. Now, hold on a minute. Where was this at? Integrity 101. He says, "I'm not going to lie. I think Supergirl looks absolutely horrendous." Look, he's been the one who's been saying that they're gonna bring back the Snyderverse and all that. And look, you can have your opinion about her, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't think she looks horrendous, though. I don't. I actually dig the costume quite a bit.
Yeah,
and that's before there's post-production.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, set photos don't usually look great.
No, unless
they look like they're dressed up, like they look like they're in a costume. Except, I mean, it's like when you see Man of Steel, when you see the Superman suit on set, you're like, wow, it looks amazing on set. You know,
exactly.
Like 99% of the time, it looks great. Cape, no cape, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think for a set picture, it looks good. Like there's some set pictures that look bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, Leroy thinks that she looks like Henry Cavill.
She does. She does have a resemblance, facial features and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm down. I'm sold. Let's go.
And I like the hair.
Yeah, hair's dope.
Yeah.
And Belle being Belle says, not really. She only has dark hair like him. They look nothing alike. Just straightforward.
That's
just my opinion.
Like
yeah, she
looks good. According to Lightcast.
Yeah, Lightcast is.
No, it looks good. And we all know.
Hashtag sexist Ryan. Oh, sex
is Ryan. Hell yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Sex is Ryan.
Hello there.
I think you sparked Ryan's interest with that one. He was like, yeah, sex is. Chaz Michaels is men's figure skating. Anthony Belcher writes, it's just really funny to me that people who complain about Supergirl having short black hair in the Flash movie never once complained about Barry Allen having black hair in the movie. Exactly.
Well, people did when Ezra Miller was cast.
You know what the people did? People did. Mm-hmm. They were complaining a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think no matter how good or bad the suit's going to look, you're always going to get people who aren't fans of it, no matter how it looks.
Well, you're not going to please everyone, right?
No.
So I mean, there are things in Zack Snyder's movies that I don't like. There's things in Zack Snyder's movies that I do like, and that goes with every single. I mean, not everything, not every decision is going to be to your palate.
Yeah.
Now, here's a good question from Frank. He says, "So is she Laura or Kara, or both, or neither?"
It's one of those.
It's one of those. I'm pretty sure Laura is probably the most likely scenario. That's who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also what is it? Is it Laura or there's one where it's the daughter of Clark and Lois. There's also another iteration where there's a daughter of Wonder Woman.
That's right.
And Clark.
And Clark. Yeah, I think that's Kingdom Come. Is that not right? crickets.
It's one of those. Yes.
That would be cool.
I want to.
So I mean,
okay.
all this confirms for me is that Henry's been knocking boots.
He's been knocking boots. I think he looks I think she looks great, and I can't wait to see how the story plays out. It was definitely confusing at first when we saw the images. Now here are some of the images that I will go through really quick. Here's the image of Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. Has a similar look to how he looked in Batman Returns, but with gray hair. He's probably wearing a wig.
It is a hairpiece, yes,
and it's a toupee. And then here's Ezra Miller, who looks like he's also wearing a toupee. He has the shorter hair than what we saw before. And some of the other images that we'll take a look at in just a minute. And there is a box.
It's a mother box.
The mother box, or it's one of those old cameras that has a sheet that goes over you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the box is about. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
And then we see this image down here where he looks really happy. He's like, yeah, I'm here.
He looks hella weird in that suit, man.
No,
Too big.
Yeah, right. You made a comment about you need a tailor.
Well, somebody also commented that maybe, and this I can buy this. He doesn't own a suit, so to go to whatever he's going to, he wore one of his dad's.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like,
he looks like Lloyd Christmas.
So okay.
Doesn't he? That's the first thing I thought. I was
look
like,
at his shoes; they're
like
red.
He's wearing tennis shoes. He doesn't know. But the biggest thing was, he doesn't know. Well, the biggest thing was the ring.
The ring.
Now,
I'll take that as a yes.
Somebody online, I forgot who had said it, was saying, "Hey, I wonder if Ryan Choi had anything to do with making that ring," which would have been really cool. But knowing the fact that because this is a WB production, they're gonna be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, Ryan who?
Yeah, Keith made
What,
that.
are you talking Ryan Zivafet?
Yeah, Ryan Zivafet. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Ezra looks to me. It looks like me when I'm having
When
waiting.
I'm waiting.
Oh my god! When I'm waiting for my hot pockets to get done. Yeah, he's like.
It could be
any second. I mean, look, they're down here, and he's looking over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's one image, and then here's another one where he's talking to the media, probably about Henry Allen's case, his father. And see, this is what kind of caused a bit of confusion, and it did for me as well, because you have Ezra Miller, you have Kirstie Clemens as Iris West right there next to him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then later on we see Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne, and then we see Sasha Calle, Supergirl. Now they're all on the same scene. And so it makes you wonder what the fuck is going on, because where is Ben Affleck? Where is everyone that has already been established?
Yeah. And where's his dad? If this is supposed to be the conclusion as far as like, oh, he's a free man now or whatever, I don't see his dad there, so he must not be free.
Well, we're not going to see everybody in one set of pictures.
It's going to end like episode 1 of Star Wars. They're all going to be on the stairs and it's,
No.
And so Phil's saying, yeah, he looks like a spaz version of.
He was a spaz in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Or he looks like a bootleg version of Matt Murdock. Also, who's the villain? Now, if you guys watched Livecast last night with Taylor Murphy, and of course Matt Miranda was the host, Taylor was talking about a version of the script, and he was talking about some of the elements of that, and he had mentioned that there is no villain. The villain is
causing the problems.
Right. It's the plot itself is the villain that he has to try to figure out how to repair what he has done, which to me makes a lot of sense, because then if you have a villain in the movie, okay, not only are you trying to establish this grand multiverse and doing all these things, but now you have to develop a villain as well. You can't just have, Reverse Flash show up in 2 scenes and that's it. You want more of that. You want him to be more fleshed out. So I think that this is going to be, their way of establishing a separate universe, a multiverse, where you can have this cinematic universe that they're creating, and also have Snyder's verse, or whichever verse you want it to go in. You can have those all existing at once, and I think this film is going to establish that. And so that's why you're seeing all this insane craziness on the screen by having Michael Keaton, by having Sasha Calle, and all, Iris West. You're seeing all these characters together because they're creating another universe that they can run with, and with their theatrical universe with the DCEU. Okay, here we go. Ben Affleck is getting erased from the movie. It's over. He's not even in the film. Well, we know he's going to be in the film.
Yeah,
he will be in the film.
And it's true, Frank. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch the stream last night, but the movie does make much more sense after kind of the way Taylor had explained it. And so after he explained that, then it did make much more sense, because at first I was like, "What is happening right now?"
Right. Especially with like Keaton being in the same scene as Kaye, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Like that made zero sense to me. So that was after hearing not so much Matt but more Taylor, I was like, yeah, I get it now.
Because I mean, look, if it goes the way that Taylor was saying, is basically Ezra is going to wake up and he's not going to have any powers. He's not going to know what's going on. His mother's alive. Everything is different, which that really it kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? It's very similar to what we saw in Flashpoint Paradox, where he's in an alternate reality, then he realizes, like, wait a minute, this is not normal. And and then when he goes to Wayne Manor, instead of there being Ben Affleck there, it's Michael Keaton. It's the Keaton Batman in this universe, and so that's kind of how he ties that in. And the story is that now you have Keaton playing the role as Batman.
I think they're gonna play with Back to the Future a little bit, like goodbye, future boy. Like you're not the Batman I know.
No, I think so. I mean, Ryan, what do you think about that?
Involved?
Yeah, the sports almanac. Great sports almanac. He's like, ooh la la.
That's how Bruce Wayne got his whole fortune.
And thank you, Bill. Yes, if you guys can, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, you guys.
Oh, that shit would be
hey, Ryan, do your Christopher Lloyd as Commissioner Gordon.
I put the bat signal in the sky, and we're waiting for Batman to fly.
Christopher Lloyd would make an awesome Commissioner Gordon. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
His big old eyes.
Just
put it in the sky.
Just the thought of how
the Cape Crusader
of how the Waynes got their fortune being from the sports almanac, bro.
Yeah, it's the president of your time.
It's that me, future boy. Who was the president?
Trump, the actor.
Yeah, the actor. Oh, it's working up time, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is. The iconic one. Okay, so
I sent my alarm to the Nickatina show. P. Sherman Waller, boy.
Yeah. P. Sherman Waller, why? So let's go on to the next image now that we've seen this one. Hold on, where is it? There it is, my cursor.
There you go.
Now we're in the group chat, and I'm all out of images on that one.
You're all out of images.
So here was a picture of the ring blown up. So he obviously has that ring that he uses, which you can see right there in the comics.
Flish. They replaced the A with an S. What? Flish.
Which we knew eventually he was probably going to get this ring to go with his suit, and it makes sense. And the
I
suit,
do quite like how they use it in the.
I quite like.
Yeah, I do quite like it. When the Reverse Flash, like he had his ring and he popped his suit out. I thought I was like, okay, for a TV show. I was like, okay, I can believe that. So if they're going to do something similar to that, somebody said something about nanotech, like what's his face,
Brian Choi.
Robert Downey Jr. No, Robert Downey Jr.'s.
How it like
how it sort of just forms on his
him.
body.
Oh yeah, nanotech, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to go that route, or if it's going to be something like that wraps in front of him and he sort of like has to run into it and dress himself or whatever. I'm interested to see how they're going to pull that off.
Me too. Because you don't want it to look corny. Like
you don't want
it to look cheesy.
Right. Like we don't want to see, Kal-El running to a telephone booth again. Like it was funny in Christopher Reeve, but I was like, I'm glad that they didn't go that route and kind of show that or make fun or poke fun of that or whatever in Man of Steel or any other movie sense. But yeah, I mean, we just wanted it to look good. Somebody's president, George Carlin.
I suppose Murphy Brown is Secretary of State.
Murphy Brown.
Oh man. But the suit having that gel look to it that we saw in the previous image last week, or that's on the internet, I should say. But
it comes out like a glob of goo.
Well, it's like no, it's.
I actually have the flash ring.
Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Let me blow you
dope.
up. Ooh, is there a suit in there? Is it made of gel?
I know,
jelly?
Oh, shit.
I knew it. He's a Flash.
He's a Flash.
He's reverse Flash. But there's the ring right there. So that's pretty cool that we're going to get that. And so, Taylor was saying how this scene takes place at the end of the movie, or towards the end of the movie, which would make sense because if he already has the ring, that's a big indication that a lot has already happened for him to have that ring already and to be in a situation where he's surrounded by, Bruce Wayne and Sasha Kaye, and they're all coming together at the end like, hey, how did it go? But it's still, I'm sorry, the question is still there. Like, you're going to go as far as to free your father from prison, going through all that shit. But this is in a separate alternate universe. I mean, I think it's still going to work, but a lot has to happen. Unless he goes through this whole transition where he's changing time, he's fixing time, and putting back everything he possibly can to make things right. And then when it comes out of it, this scene occurs where basically now you're in this reality where this all happened, and your Batman is Michael Keaton, and Sasha Kaye is Supergirl, and that's like the Supergirl of that universe. And maybe who knows? Do you think there will be a Superman in that world as well?
Well, somebody had to make her.
Somebody had to. Not like he died.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
But that makes sense to a degree that this is their way of creating a separate universe that they can move forward in, in the DCEU.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people think that instead of Cal crashing in.
Oh, you're thinking it was her instead?
No, I'm not thinking that.
That's what you're. Okay, so Anthony is sort of going off of this tangent.
No, just not didn't. I'm just saying I've read that a couple times where maybe in that whatever timeline it is, it's not. Cal didn't crash on Earth. It was her.
You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
Because she's not. I mean, the only other way to explain that would be like that she's from the future, because Ezra's Flash is still pretty much the same damn age as at the end of Justice League. So where did she come from? Right? Is she Kara or is she Lara? Is she from the future because he's screwing with time? Or what actually is going on here? Like, is this an amalgamation of different timelines or like verses like Tim Burton verse and some other future verse, and then you have this verse here, and they're all sort of converging, or like what exactly? And that's the most intriguing thing about this movie so far to me is like, what the fuck are you guys putting together? Like,
well, but at the same time,
doesn't make any sense.
If you look at what
Lakara,
what?
She's Lakara.
Yeah, she's Lakara. That's fucked.
Lakara L.
Go ahead, Allie. What were you saying?
That's why I think adding Michael Keaton, not that it confuses people, but it's like, I mean, I guess it'll make more sense in the movie. Like when we see how his Batman's going to fit in. Okay, Barry wakes up. He goes to find Bruce, and it's a different Bruce than he's expecting. But I don't know. I guess I'm just like, I think it would have made more sense even if they would have went with Thomas Wayne Batman instead.
Yeah.
And he's Batman instead of Bruce, because we've been introduced to him.
Yeah.
for a second at least in in this universe instead of Michael Keaton, because that's just a whole because that could still show that it's a different timeline or a different universe if it's Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Because he's expecting it to be Bruce. So obviously something's different if it's Thomas Wayne instead.
Yeah.
They could still have had like, oh, it's a different timeline or it's a different universe. But they have to go with Michael Keaton, and I don't know.
Now, I think they're going with Michael Keaton just because of the same thing. Like if Chris Reeve was still alive or whatever, they would bring him in as, this Laura Kent's girl, father or something, just because they want that nostalgia, and that's why they didn't, get Jeffrey Dean Morgan back.
Yeah.
His wife himself, they were under the impression that, this was the storyline that was going to happen. That's why they set up, the comedian.
And they were so down.
And they were down. They were
it's such a missed opportunity.
They were, and the actress from The Walking Dead that played Martha, so down.
Lauren Cohen.
Yeah.
No, they were. When I say so down, fucking, I would do it for free. Basically, they were like, yes, and then
Warner Brothers was like, I got a great idea. Let's bring back Keaton.
Well,
hear me out, guys. Hear me out.
Exactly. Now that's exactly what they did. They said, "Hey, let's bring back the people that established this universe back in the day, and let's cling on to that."
Because you've got people like, and I watched the new, Batman Long Halloween.
Long Halloween.
Or
did you watch it last Halloween?
It was fire.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I did enjoy it. I didn't think I'd like Ackles as Batman, but I was like, I got over that. So I was like, all right, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, there's one executive producer that his name is all over that crap, and he's one of the people that is like, sort of clinging to the old regime of like Keaton as Batman, right? And that's Michael Osland. He's still there, and he's still trying to hold on to that because that's his property. His property is Batman. His tentacles are all over the Batman franchise. So, I mean, he's probably the one that brought up Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I'm not. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
But I'm not like concerned about him becoming the new Batman in the DCEU. Like that doesn't really. I don't think that's going to stick. Like people are saying, oh, they're going to erase Ben Affleck.
I don't think that Michael even wants to be that Batman.
That's what I'm saying. No. I mean, he's doing Marvel too. Like he's not going to be on. He's not going to be doing a bunch of.
He's 89 years old. Pretty much, man.
Actually, he's 70 years old this year.
Yeah, he's not going to be doing a bunch of Batman.
He can't do exactly. But here's the thing now. So if their plan is to bring Keaton back, right? Because they want to capture that nostalgia. They want to recapture what he brought to the screen back in 89, 92. It feels like they want to kind of bring back that feeling of like, hey, look, like if they could, they would have Christopher Reeves and Keaton coming back. If they could. Obviously they can't because Christopher Reeves is no longer with us. Mm-hmm. But if it feels like they're trying to go back to that feeling again because they felt like that's where we want to be at. That's the step we want to go towards. And they want to move away from Zach's universe. But
right. Well, if you think about it, that's why they brought
Zach's universe.
That's why they brought
all of us.
Brandon Routh back because they were trying to bank on that nostalgia of Christopher Reeve. In that, like, he looks like him, he sort of sounds like him. He's obviously not as tall as he is, but he's tall. He's pretty tall. But I mean, and he did a great job. They just had a shit story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That story was stupid. But it was like, they really wanted to sort of bank on that. And probably the only reason why they don't have, Brandon come back to be this, Superman of this multiverse with Keaton is because you can definitely tell the age difference or whatever between the two guys, and that just won't jive. So they're just like, we'll just bring in Kal-El's daughter, and we'll just say he's off somewhere else.
I don't think they're looking for nostalgia at all. I think they're just just a clean old case of butt hurt.
In a very well could be.
Case of butt hurt.
But to me, it feels like, let's bring back Keaton and all this because it's the safer way to go.
Yeah,
and we know that will capture a larger audience because they remember him and they love him and who doesn't like 89 Batman?
Well, I mean, it's they're not going to bring Christian Bale into this universe or whatever. So they're just like what is the one Batman that everybody just like fawns over or whatever? It's like, oh, it's Keaton. Keaton's he's the best. Blah blah blah. Bring him back. Will he do it? And like, oh man, hey man, that even that even opens up possibilities for Batman Beyond and shit like that, and that's gonna get people going nuts. So,
but you could still do that with Ben Affleck's Batman. He doesn't have to be 80 years old to do Batman Beyond.
I completely
agree. But
that's
the thing is that the studio doesn't want to. They want to move as far away as they can from Zack's universe.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Now, Steve, if they did this, if they did what Steve's saying here, by digitally recreating Reeves, I would lose my. That'd be horrible. I'm like,
I mean, it's the same thing as doing, the Luke Skywalker thing at the end of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why they wouldn't do that is because Warner Brothers would want to do something with Superman later on. They were like, well, we did this one quick shot and we got away with it, but now we're sort of married to Chris Reeve, or they would have to bring in Brandon and try to make him look as Chris Reeve as possible.
But they already did that, and that failed.
Yeah,
well, it failed, but he did a better job.
He did a great job.
He got a better performance out of him from the CW. So as Kingdom Come Superman. So as somebody mentioned in there, yeah.
I don't think Keaton signs on for the Flash without knowing he's getting a Burton-inspired Batman 3. I mean,
it depends on the money. Hey, kind of like Harrison Ford. He came back for the fucking money. I don't
for the money.
Shit. He didn't.
Michael Keaton's not coming back. He's like, I want my Batman 3. No, he's more like, how much you gonna pay me? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's do it.
Wait, so
Harrison got the most money out of all of them.
Probably, but
that's
you saying he only came back for the Force Awakens for the money?
He came back for the fucking money because
how much money
he's been on record saying he wanted
that character killed off.
Yeah, he came back because he said, if you come back, we'll kill him. And he was like, okay, cool, let's go.
But he also came back because of Indiana Jones, because he loves that character. Mm-hmm. Because in that one, he's the star. In as Harrison Ford, he's a supporting actor. Or a supporting character, rather, sorry.
Well, it's Han Solo.
But at the end of the day, my feeling is that they're bringing all these guys back because it's a safer route to go, and they're establishing their own separate universe for the DCEU films. But to me, that still leaves the door wide open for having the Snyderverse continued on HBO Max. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. And I think from a financial standpoint, if you leave those avenues open, for it to be made over on HBO Max, then I think that's the right decision to do, and to make, and I hope they do that, because I would love to see more Snyder, and we all would. Everyone in this chat would love to see it.
I think that they would.
Eddie, don't come in here and saying F the Snyderverse. Come on, buddy.
Man. We got a troll.
Yeah, we have a troll in here. Mod, you know what to do.
Let's see. No, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I don't think that they would completely destroy, but they would love to destroy Zack Snyder's story. They would love to dismantle it, and to the point where it's like unsalvageable for them to bring it to HBO Max. So, but I'm glad that they do have Discovery, but nothing's going to change for them unless Zaslav gets his way, and maybe comes in a little sooner. But if not, then the soonest that you're going to get projects with Zaslav attached to it is 2023, which is a year and a half at the least. So, I mean, that's plenty of time with plenty of movies as well, because you have Shazam and The Rock and all that, coming out that, they're all green lit before Discovery. So that means they already have all the storyline and whatnot, and actors, signed and everything before the Discovery merger. They knew that the Discovery merger was going on, but yeah, I mean, I would hope that we have Justice League show up on HBO Max.